Hey everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I hope that you are doing well. Welcome back. Good to see you. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the Strategic Success Network, Mastering Your Network Marketing Success. And my name is Crystal Green, author, success consultant, disability advocate, homeschooling mama, award winning network marketer, and the CEO of the Strategic Success Network. And I am excited to talk to you about automation and how it can unlock your potential as a network marketer. So, whether you're a newbie or a seasoned pro, finding ways to work harder or work smarter, not harder, is definitely something that will lead to greater success and allow you more time to be with those that you truly love. Network marketing is rewarding, but honestly, it's often a demanding business model, balancing lead generation, customer engagement, content creation can feel very overwhelming at times. But my goal today is to share with you how automating certain tasks can save you a ton of time and energy and allow you to focus on what matters most in your business and life. So today we are going to explore the power of automation and how to make the most of your extra time. Okay, so let's start with the importance of automation in network marketing. And we're going to start by discussing why automation is a game changer in network marketing in general. Okay, so here are a few key benefits for you. The first one being you're going to maximize your efficiency. So automation allows you to handle repetitive tasks quickly. It gives you more time to focus on growth and on building relationships. The second one would be, enhances consistency. Really, it gives you regular engagement with your audience through scheduled posts, which also fosters a trust and keeps your brand, which in most cases is you, on top of the mind. Okay, and then the third being it's just going to drive better results. Okay, so effective automation can lead to increased productivity and ultimately higher your sales, give you higher sales volume as you nurture and convert those prospects, that you're reaching out to with ease. Some essential tools for that. Let's dive deeper into what some tools for automation might look like and how they can kind of help with what you do in network marketing. So the first one would be just social media scheduling tools, and those are things like you can Google them, but things like Buffer, Hootsuite, and I think one's called Later. Those are fantastic for scheduling your social media posts. And if you're using multiple platforms across the way, then you can kind of intertwine all of your platforms into one in many of those tools, and you can literally be posting across all your platforms just by using that one tool. And I know that they have things like libraries that allow you to build eye-catching posts for highlighting things like your products or sales that you have going on, sharing testimonies, your insights and your tips, things like that. So I really suggest looking into something as far as a scheduling post, especially if you're someone that's posting a lot of video content, plus you've got many different avenues that you're sharing on. Maybe you're in multiple groups, maybe you're on multiple platforms and you're sharing something different on each platform. These are things that can help you. My favorite platform, and I say it time and time again, is Facebook. I love Facebook. It is my favorite platform. I've written books on Facebook. I love Facebook. I love the fact that we can schedule posts, and you can schedule posts kind of weeks out. Facebook also has, the algorithm, and so do most other platforms, just so you're aware. But they also have, things that will allow you to choose like the optimal time for you to post these or when you should go live. And usually it's based on how active your time, like your network is at that time. So if anyone ever tells you, oh, it's these times without a doubt, don't trust him. I mean, it might statistically work across the board for some of those times, but really allowing that platform, that app that you're in to give you those optimal times based on your individual network will be really helpful for you. And then you can schedule those posts out at those specific times. So then you're getting more engagement. And we all know that engagement is the key on social media. It's not necessarily how much you post, it's how involved your network is on your post. And so just keep posting. And if you're someone that's really early on, one when it comes to posting. There's a few things that I would encourage you to do. One would be content calendar, and I'll talk about that in a second. But another would be just to continue posting. I know that it seems redundant, and I know that many of you, even folks that have come to me, they're like, well, I've been posting for a while now and nothing's, I'm not getting any insight. Number one, make sure your page is on public, because that is something that a lot of people miss. They miss that they're only showing their post and their content to their friends. And in social media, in network marketing, I think we can all agree that most of our support comes from complete strangers. So those of you that are blessed with folks that are in your family or close friends that support you, amazing. But really, most of my best friends I've met through network marketing, through social media. So make sure your stuff is on public so that they can see it, and then just post and find what feels authentic to you, because posting, I'm going to tell you now, like I've been that person that posts the scripted post, and I've been that person that tried to follow leadership in certain ways. And yes, there are duplicatable systems you should be following. I'm someone that's going to preach that all day long and do that for my team. We would not be as successful as we are if we didn't duplicate the process. But the reality is your posts need to feel authentic to you. And if you're not feeling that way, you're not getting the engagement, then it's time to kind of analyze, what are you posting about? What are you sharing? What's your audience really looking for? If you need some help with that, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help you. So another one would be building a content calendar. And these are helpful for planning and organizing. And it's super easy. So you just pick, whatever format you're going to use. And you could literally draw a calendar out on a piece of paper if you really need to be frugal. Or you can go into the back office of most of these platforms. Like Facebook has, an actual tools section that will allow you to create a content calendar, giving you special dates and themes and different things that you can look for. I also share a content calendar in my book, which is Mastering the Algorithm. It's 10 proven strategies to boost your Facebook presence and attract more followers. And I give away a lot of cool things in here. You can find it on Amazon. But I give away literally 100 days of content ideas right here. And then there's 30 days of live ideas, so that if you're not sure what to post. And the truth is, you guys, you could find it on Google. You could literally just Google content creator or content calendars and look to see what would align with you. And each of us in this group, or if you're watching on TikTok or YouTube, that, we're all in different industries. And so if you want to look for something more pinpointed toward your industry, and then of course you want to include some things that are specific to you and just make your page relatable. There are a lot of folks out there that have just business pages, and that's great. I love that you have that. If you're building a following through that, that's amazing. I've chose to have my personal page as my platform, period, because I am my brand. I am what I do. I'm more than just the company I'm partnered with. I do a lot of other things, and so I post everything in the same spot. But I do it in a way where you're going to have the consistency. So I post, for me personally, especially across Facebook platform, I post, my daily scripture, my daily prayers for my network. There's a lot of people that look for that. I have a closed group that's specifically for that. And then, of course, I choose to share things that are related to network marketing and success, and things related to the business, the company that I've partnered with, and that side of the business, as well as, other things. And so I've been very consistent for quite some time when it comes to posting, and that all is because I schedule post and I use a content calendar. I make sure that I have everything kind of planned out, and I actually do content creation and social media management for small companies as well as some other network marketers, and that is something that I have to have a content calendar. If I don't have it scheduled out, I would spend so much time every day just posting, where I take 1 to 2 days, maybe 3, depending on how many accounts I'm working with this month, and I will take those and I will schedule 3 to 4 weeks out, depending on what the platform allows. And then that way, that page, that person has consistent content flowing through, that business has consistent content coming through. And that's also what I do for my page. So find different things, look out like key dates, make sure you identify, if you've got like product launches or promotions coming up, make sure you align all of your content so that it can effectively get your message across. Share content like stories that are like client success stories, or, things that you can do for product knowledge. When I was in the makeup industry, I often did, tutorials, or I'd talk about the difference in the products. Now that I'm in the wellness industry, I really just share testimonies. Our product is 100%. Come check it out, and this is what other people are sharing. I find different ways to share that as well, through like channels on Facebook. I've got a few channels on Facebook that you can find. We're branching out more into, TikTok world of just sharing some videos, or branching out into YouTube, even sharing some of my training videos. In network marketing, a lot of people don't realize that, like, especially those that aren't in network marketing or in leadership, they don't understand that a lot happens behind the scene. A lot more goes down than just like the post about your product on your page. You're doing trainings with your team, you're doing, leadership building, you're doing seminars, you're going to conventions, you're doing these things. Make sure you trickle that into your social media, into your presence, so people have an understanding of what you're doing. But again, stay authentic to yourself. I am not always blazered up. Often I'm literally in a hoodie with some nice comfortable clothes on. When I need to dress up, I dress up. My style of dressing up is literally what's in my profile picture, because that is where I'm comfortable. I'm a mama of 5. I'm a disabled mama of that. I'm busy. I'm writing books. I'm helping other companies, like actual businesses, with theirs. And then I'm running my own little side gig here with my network marketing business. And then I'm operating my own business. So there's so many layers. And without bombarding my network, I make sure that I trickle a little bit in. It's not every day I say something about everything I'm tied into, but I'm a believer in multiple streams of income, and I've just learned through my journey with God, like where that aligns with me. And so make sure it still aligns with you. And then of course create very, a very like varied amounts of content, like vary your content types. Okay, so mix up posts, stories, videos, live sessions. Keep your audience engaged. Make sure that, like these are pretty much straightforward lesson type messages that I'm posting and that you'll be able to watch later. But really, when you're doing a live and you want people to be engaged, you need to ask questions, you need to interact with your audience. If you're posting different posts or stories where you're asking questions, make sure you're interacting back with those people. And I'm telling you now, this structured approach, when you have this strategy in place, it's going to save you so much time, and just ensure that, it's always going to ensure that you're adding value. And that is something that I've learned along the way. When I did my success coaching training, right? My coaching to be a success coach, when I've done leadership building along the way in the last 15 years, when I've done any of those things, the number one thing that I've ever taken from that isn't about necessarily me needing to solve a problem, more so than it is that, I'm adding value to the people's lives that I'm coming into contact with. Me doing this in the Strategic Success Networking Group, what I'm doing here where I share this insight, no, not everything I share is going to be something you need, but I'm always going to give you some value, and I just hope that you can take it and you can run with it. Another way you could do it is automate email marketing. There's things like MailChimp out there that you can even sign up for free in some of those. They allow you to set up like welcome sequences that engage new subscribers and nurture new leads over time, and you can schedule follow-up emails. You can personalize it, so you can tailor, the messages based on like their behaviors and things, who clicks on what email links, so on and so forth. And then of course, once it's all set up, they run automatically, so it just allows you more time. It saves you so much time, and it allows you to focus on building things like connections and not needing to constantly draft like new messages. Even on social media, when someone asks me about my story, sometimes I just have a voice clip that I recorded that day. That is still me. It's still my story. It's genuine. It's true. But it's the one I send to everyone that day, because they're all asking the same question. Especially when I put up a post that triggers, someone to be intrigued, or a lot of people to be intrigued on what my product is or what my offer is, then, I need to have some kind of automation in that, because I'm talking to so many people, the messenger game. So you're like in between all the messaging boxes. I make sure that I have something that I can send to each of them. Now, that's not to say I send scripts, because I'm not someone that likes to send scripts. I like to have whole conversations. I want to have Hey, I want to get to know what you need. And so you're likely never to get a script from me. I don't train it. I don't teach it, but there is a time and a place to like give your team or yourself, some kind of structure, and then you have them rebuild it and rewrite their message they're trying to get across. So now that we've explored the tools, and these are only a few, I'm just giving you a couple minutes today. We try to keep these under 30 minutes, and so now that we've talked about some of the tools that you can use, let's talk about what you can do with the time that you save from having automation. One of those things is focus on relationship building. Use that time that you've gained to personally reach out to leads, to follow up with customers, attend networking events, build stronger relationships, and to allow you that long-term success in social media, and not social media, excuse me, network marketing. um I'm telling you now, like, when you take the time to truly invest in having a conversation with someone and learning what they truly need, sometimes it's not your product, but if you can be a connector to people, and that's what I've always looked in, that's why I love networking. When you can be someone that connects people to solutions, or people to people that can help them with solutions, then you are going to add value so much to the world, and those people are going to refer people back to you, even if your product's not something they're necessarily interested in. Another thing too is, don't just push your product on people. Don't just send messages that push that product. Don't send messages that are like, hey, have you checked out my site yet? And that's all you ever hear from that person. Make sure that you're building authentic relationships with people. If you want them to come to you, if you want them to buy from you, you want them to use your services, they need to be able to trust you, and sending those spammy messages just is not the way to go. Another thing that this helps with is it develops your skills, or it allows you time to develop your skills. So dedicate time to learning. Consider enrolling in courses related to social media marketing or personal branding or sales strategy, because when you continuously learn, it enables you to refine your techniques, and then it helps you to grow your business. And some people are like, well, I just got into network marketing to share. Well, this probably isn't something that speaks to you if you're someone that's just like here for fun, and maybe you're never out there to build a team or financially succeed in network marketing. You just like your products for free. That's great. But if you're out there like me, and you're building a business out of this, and it's truly something you consider a full-time income, even a part-time income, and you're looking to build a team or looking to add value to the world, these are the skills that are going to help you. And making sure you plug into things like that social media marketing training. Learn how to get out there and post, learn how to set yourself apart. Okay. Learn how to be a professional. And then personal branding is so big, because you need to tell the story of who you are. Most of the time your product sells because of your why. Well, what's your why? And is your why correlated to who you are as a person and who you reflect to be on social media? Because it has to all make sense. And often, I meet people and their pages are just like, shared this meme, and then like a little business post and something from their corporate business, and then like that's it. And so most people look at that page and go, this is not a real person, that's a bot. And so you need to find a way to set yourself apart, and developing your skills is going to do that. And then it allows you time to create engaging content. When you free up your schedule, you're able to brainstorm and create high quality content that's going to resonate with your audience, which will include things like videos and tutorials and blog posts, or maybe micro little series like what I'm doing here. It's just going to allow you to showcase more of your knowledge and your passion, because you'll have more time to do that. You're not going to feel so confined with having, I got to get all my posts in today, I've got to do this. There's often, most posts you see from me, especially on Facebook, social media, like in general, most of those things are literally scheduled a month in advance. And I always love when they correlate and they like align to how the day is actually going. It seems to always divinely work like that. But the reality is most of those are scheduled because I need to free up my time so I can do things that matter. So I can be with my family, so that I can cook my family a meal, so that my full-time commitment to the things that I've done or I've committed myself to does not take away from my full-time commitment to my family and just life in itself. And then it allows you to focus on strategy. It allows you to literally take a step back to evaluate your personal marketing strategy, and then just analyze your business as far as how's your business performance, assess, what's working, what's not, and then it gives you an opportunity to make adjustments and pay attention to those adjustments so that you can get better results. So really the thing is just finding a way to take away from those redundant tasks. No, you don't need to hire a social media manager. I'm happy if you want to hire me, let's talk. I'll give you a consultation. I'll tell you what I do. That's great. But truthfully, you can do this all on your own. You can automate these things, and it just takes a couple hours. I take about an hour per client, per page, to schedule each month. And so if that kind of gives you an idea, I do that. And then of course I use my calendar to tell me when I need to schedule more posts. And I always do it like where I have a week to go. So that way, if something comes up, for instance, my son was in an accident a few days ago, and I've been out for the last few days. Well, I'm really grateful for my content strategy, for my calendar, for my scheduling, because my platform, my business, storefront is still in full operation. And that's a true thing, when it comes to, wanting to take back for your family. Too often you get into leadership when it comes to even just a business, but network marketing is what this page is kind of about. But really, in general, when you're operating a business, when you have that commitment, and then something like from your real life, right? Like something from life happens, your kids get sick, you get sick, you want to go on vacation, you want to do these things. Having those systems and having that strategy in place is really going to help you. Having the content calendar is going to always help you to not know what, how often do you get on and you're like, what do I talk about today? What do I post today? What do I share? I've already shared every product I can. I've already said this. What do I do? I also want to remind you that your posts are not seen by the same people all the time. That's how the Facebook algorithm works. And if you don't have an active algorithm, most likely you're not getting very much traction. And so I just encourage you to use systems like my Blimp system that I've mentioned. It's also in my book, but I've given it to you in another post here. So just really use things that allow your DMO to flow flawlessly, even on those days that you're having a harder time. So now I want to hear from you. I want to know, what questions do you have about automating your tasks, and how can you better utilize the time that you save, So drop your comments in the question or in the comments, and I'll answer them, whether that happens right now or not. I've been having some issues with my internet, so I don't know that I'll see the comments on right away, but I will definitely check them and I will answer. And then I encourage you to really take everything that we've talked about today. Remember that implementing automation is drastically going to elevate your business strategy in all ways, especially by freeing up valuable time. But start small, right? So try scheduling some of your social media posts or creating a content calendar this week. And I think that you'll be really amazed at the difference that it's going to make for you. And of course, if you found this session valuable, don't forget to give me a follow personally. And also, to check out this group here, the Strategic Success Network, Unlocking Network Marketing Mastery for all your tools. We're going to be sharing more and more. I encourage you to share success tips and strategies right here along in this group. If you're catching this on TikTok or YouTube, I'll share the link to this group, but I'd still love to see your input in the comments. That would be amazing. But thank you so much for joining me for today's productivity session, our strategy session. And I hope to see you back next time. So take care, everyone. We'll see you next time.